Ladies and gentlemen, let me preface today's video with something. Usually, I'd simply make World of Warcraft's newest expansion one of my longer reviews, but after some thinking, it didn't seem like the best solution. Instead, you're going to get two shorter videos. One now, with my first impression, and then one in a while about all the truly fun stuff that comes later, like raids and warfronts. So, without further ado, let's dive in. I have this weird relationship with World of Warcraft. Playing my Draenei Huntress is a ton of fun, but I grew up with and into the Guild Wars franchise. That results in one thing above all else. I can't play without the Guild Wars 2 UI add-on. My available skills sometimes still overwhelm me, and the interface familiarity helps a lot. So I'm actually rather glad that BFA didn't add any more new talent tiers. It makes leveling up less fun because there's less to look forward to, but for someone like me who doesn't live and breathe World of Warcraft, the new class changes are enough to process. My hunter felt rather weird at first, and I had to adjust my skills and talents quite a bit before I was happy again. Thankfully, my beloved Spirit Fox is still usable after the changes to hunter pets. I would have hated to get rid of him, even though some of the new beasts roaming Kul Tiras and Zandalar are pretty tempting to tame as well. I had my eyes on the Wicker Wolves, but they aren't tameable to begin with. Their home, Drustwa, is an amazing zone that contains everything you could wish for in a spooky and yet beautiful place, full of witches, gloominess and rituals. It's by far my favorite map of the new expansion. However, this area is pretty much the only thing that draws me to the Alliance side of things. Jaina Proudmoore's pursuit of finding allies for the upcoming war against the Horde is just not that interesting for me. Might have something to do with the fact that even after playing from 1 to 110 manually, I don't really know her, and I'm therefore not attached to her at all. Blizzard should really find a way to introduce important characters better to new players. On the Horde side, I'm even more clueless, because the only character I've ever played there is my Demon Hunter, and they start at 98. So no time at all to really get to know Sylvanas, Nathanas, and the rest of the bunch. The Horde maps are rather exotic. A desert full of ruins, a gloomy swamp, and a lush jungle. Perfect. The rainforest is also where the Zandalari trolls live in their golden kingdom. Their king doesn't like you all that much at the beginning. Thankfully, the princess does, and she wants to help you and the Horde. That is, if you help her first. I like them. Maybe because of the Black Panther references. Zandalar forever makes me chuckle every time. The first map I explored with my blood elf was the desert vol'dun, which is not only filled with surprisingly interesting questlines, but also creatures called Vulpera, humanoid foxes that triggered quite the controversy among the fanbase. Some weren't exactly happy about the possibility that these cuties might become a playable race. I, on the other hand, would enjoy it a lot, even if they'd only become one of the new allied races. Those are slightly altered versions of existing races you can unlock by reaching Exalted Reputation with the corresponding faction. I would have preferred them as unlockable customization options, but then Blizzard couldn't make money off race changes and level boosts. For now, I'll happily play my Draenei and admire those light-forged Draenei horns from afar. I honestly wouldn't even want to change, because then I'd have yellow eyes, and there are no prizes for guessing my least favorite color. Thankfully, good looks aren't required to kick baddie butts. As it is tradition by now, every map story climaxes in a dungeon. It takes a bit longer to get through those because the item level of your equipment is still rather low, and the Heart of Azeroth, the replacement of Legion's artifact weapons, only gives relatively minor bonuses. At least the new dungeons come with interesting mechanics, like having to support the final boss instead of killing it. And that's still not everything that awaits you in Battle for Azeroth. If you're into PvP, unlike me, you should definitely give the new War mode a try. It enables open-world PvP for your character and gets rid of the need for designated PvP servers. There's also the Island Expeditions, where Horde and Alliance compete for resources in teams of 3. And last but not least, you can again send your troops out on quests for loot and glory. This time your command center is on a ship, so you better not get seasick. Blizzard also updated their app to work with a new mission table. So you don't even have to stop playing World of Warcraft when you have to leave your PC. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope your day is as good as gold. See you next video.